In this first episode, I will share about why I'm so passionate about the profession of bridal hairstylist, the meaning of the veil, the mood board, and I will teach you different bridal hairstyles, 5 minutes someday hair trial, base preparation, how to create classy Hollywood waves using hot tools and the final brush.
Because I really like to be part of such an important day in people's life and know that they will always remember my name, they will always remember my face. We can make some big mistakes, or even if a bride is on her second wedding, she can definitely wear a veil. Get ready to learn all the secrets to become a professional bridal hairstylist. Ciao, I'm Giuseppe Bicceri, international bridal specialist hairdresser with 25 years of experience and over 1,000 stunning brides styled worldwide. And now I'm sharing my secrets with you. What's the difference between a regular hairstylist and a bridal hairstylist? The difference is the expectation, is the responsibility that your client puts on you, is the capability to be pragmatic, problem solving, and being part of the most important day of your client. Not mentioning, of course, the pressure that she puts on you and the trust to be able to recreate a favorite look for a big day. When we talk about the bridal look, probably the most important choice for the bride is choosing the wedding dress, but hairdressers and makeup artists have a very special role in the day because the dress has been already chosen, has been already tried, so everything's already prepared and flawless for the wedding day. The hair and the makeup, no matter how many times you tried before, it's something that has to be prepared and created just a couple of hours before then the wedding started. We are working on the bride just a few hours before then she walked the aisle. So that means that the level of anxiety is gonna be out to the roof. That's why it's very important that you ask to the bride to have a very safe and quiet space, because it's true that all the bridesmaids want to celebrate. It's true that it's a very important day, but it's also important that the bride get ready in a very quiet and safe environment. I really like to be part of such an important day in people's life and know that they will always remember my name, they will always remember my face. The same way I always remember the name, the face of all the brides that I've done in my life, which is probably more than 1,000, way more than 1,000, absolutely more than 1,000. Catherine is one of my brides, and she sent me a beautiful text after her wedding. I mean, while you're doing my hair, you were so fun and sweet and set the tone for an amazing day ahead. I hope you realize the power of your profession. Stacy wrote me, "You've been with me before, was so energizing, connected, powerful, and silent and supportive at the same time." It's very beautiful that you really make an impact in people's life. It's absolutely amazing. That's why I really want to teach you everything that you need to know to become a very good bridal hairstylist, because let's be honest, online you can find a million tutorials of how to achieve hairstyles, but nobody really is willing to teach you all the secrets, what's behind, what's before we become able to do the hairstyles. There is a preparation that is motivational aspect, there is a technical aspect of how to become a bridal hairstylist. What are the things that you really need to know to be ready to start booking your brides? For instance, you just got your first bridal booking, so what are we gonna do? Usually the bride books from 8 months to a year before of the wedding day, because she wants to make sure that you have availability and you're able to go in the place where the wedding is gonna be. So let's pretend that the bride called you and she asked you if you are available on May 24, 2025 for a wedding in Florence in Italy. Okay, you check your schedule if you're available. Okay, so the first thing you guys are gonna do is let's talk about the mood. I mean, I'm sure she already bought a dress, and she will send a picture of the dress. It's very important to ask for the location, just to understand a little bit what the mood of the wedding is gonna be. If it's gonna be like a wedding in the vineyard, or it's gonna be like a wedding in a castle, or it's gonna be a wedding with a church and with a reception outside, inside. It's very important to understand the style of the wedding, because the bride needs to feel comfortable, and the hair needs to be adequate to everything. I'm also gonna show you how sometimes with the same dress, when we change the hairstyle, the mood and the style, it can be completely different. We can easily go from a romantic bride to a very glamorous bride, just changing a little bit of, just changing a few accessories or just changing a few details. So it's very important that we really understand the mood and the spirit of the bride for that day, what she's expecting for that day, because we can make some big mistakes, or we can do some very good choices and can make the whole style becoming absolutely perfect and flawless, which is what we want to do. So of course you want to ask if she's thinking to wear some special accessories, if she has some jewels or some fresh flowers or some other accessories that she would love to wear if she's wearing a veil, which is absolutely important. I definitely am a pro veil person, because I think that the veil is something that it can be probably worn just for one day in the life. So I mean, why not? Also, it's very important to understand that the tradition of the veil doesn't come from the virginity of the bride, which means that a bride, even if a bride is on her second wedding, she can definitely wear a veil, because the veil in the ancient Roman Empire was used to protect the bride from the evil spirit, so that she will be able to arrive to the wedding ceremony protected and safe. Actually, the color of the wedding veil was yellow, because the yellow was a color that it's intimidating for the evil spirits. And what was instead a representation of the virginity, of the candor of the bride, was a crown of fresh flowers. But the veil is just to protect the bride. It's a sort of protection of the bride, and actually it's very beautiful. It has a very beautiful meaning. So I definitely recommend all the brides, no matter if you're at the first wedding or the second or the third one, you can definitely wear a bridal veil if that's what makes you feel good and makes you feel like a bride, and it gives you the flair of romanticism, and it really makes you feel like a princess, because there is always a sort of a fairy tale dream around the wedding. You know, at the end of the day, wedding is the celebration of love. So there is nothing more romantic than a wedding day. So you definitely want to see your bride a couple of months before to have the first trial, and if it's necessary, you're gonna have a second one. So you want to see the bride. You want to see the bride a couple of months before, and I'm sure you guys have already exchanged some pictures. She's gonna definitely send you. I mean, very few brides tell you, "Okay, I trust you completely." Even if they trust you, they will definitely send you some ideas of what they look like, of what they like, or what they want to look like. And it's very important to listen to the bride request, because our goal is not only to make the bride looking amazing, but is to make the bride feel amazing. So she definitely has to feel comfortable with whatever we will decide to do on her hair. It's very important. What I recommend you is, if you have an iPad, just download a bunch of pictures of bridal hairstyles, probably divided in different categories, like hair up, half down, hair down, romantic, modern, sleek, textured. So like you have a different albums, so you have different ideas, because it's very important that you start to create a mood board with the bride. So what I usually do is I create a mood board I put the picture of the wedding dress, and I put a picture of the veil, of the accessory that we are going to use, and then I'm going to put some references for what the bank is going to look like, what the back is going to look like, if we have a change of the bridal hairstyle during the day. which is something that I really like to do, because nowadays many brides like to change their dresses during the day. They go from a beautiful dreamy bridal gown, and then maybe they take the skirt off for the reception, so it becomes like an evening gown. And many brides, and now many more and more brides now, they like to change with a very tiny and short party dress for the cake and for the dancing stuff. So let's say that the bride during the day, she will definitely gonna change 3 looks. So it's very nice if we created 3 different options also for the hair, because it comes everything together. It's really amazing how a different hairstyle can change completely the vibe of the total look. There is also something that is very important. If you will be working on destination wedding, probably you don't have the chance to see the bride before the wedding day. So what you have to do is a 5-minute same day trial. It's very important. Don't start to do the hair if you haven't showed her a few options, even if the same day, and make sure that, especially for the front, she feels absolutely comfortable with what she's going to be. For example, let me show you a few, just something. Just think about, okay, with the bride, you already decide she's gonna have all the hair up because she loves all the hair up. She wants the bun. Okay, that's fine. So you have chosen some things, you have seen some picture. But before you put everything, just make sure that you guys take a minute to discuss, especially the front. For example, where does she wants the volume? So put a mirror in front of yourself and ask the bride, how do you like the volume? Do you want to have a little bit up? Do you want a sleek? What about the sides? And most important, what about the bangs? Because the bangs, you ask her if she wants something on the side, if she wants something like middle part, if she wants volume, if she wants just a little bit of hair down, or if she wants something on more massive bangs. One thing that is very important for the bride, just remember that the bride sees herself in the front, but most of the times pictures will be always taken in the side, especially during the ceremony. So what do you want to do is make sure that her face, it's kind of free by hair, and these bangs, they don't fall in this way. Because, okay, it's nice if you see in the front, that's fine, I can say that, but most of the times, especially for the ceremony, like all the guests will see the bride in the profile. So we really don't want that the guests, the people on the picture will always be just the hair and the face will be completely covered. So this is a very small detail. It can make a big difference. This is the difference between a professional hairdresser or someone who does exactly what the clients want without explaining that there is even something else that we need to consider when we do bridal hair. So it's important that we do this. We try to figure out where she wants the volume. The most important thing is figure out where the volume has to be. If she wants to have volume in the top, if she wants to have like more tight on the sides, if she wants to have something more loose. And it really takes a minute. It doesn't take that much, but these 5 minutes can really save you for having big inconvenience during your work, or maybe avoiding that by the time that the hair is done, the bride doesn't like it, you need to go back from scratch. So there are 3 big different groups of bridal hairstyles. The first group is all hair down, the second group is half up, half down, and the third group is all up. And also there are different kind of movement for the hair. For the long hair, we have like wavy, we have natural wave, we have Hollywood wave, and we have curl and straight, bouncy. And we're gonna go through all these looks. We will start to dry with the blow dryer, and we will start to give a little bit of volume. So we're gonna lift the roots from the scalp, so that we're gonna create a little bit of volume, and we are not gonna dry the hair flat, because if we dry the hair flat with this movement, the volume is never gonna come back. So what we're gonna do, we'll start to dry in this way, lifting the roots so that we can obtain maximum volumes, okay? Once we have blow dried our hair and get rid of a little bit of frizz, make it a little bit more smooth, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our crimper. The crimper is very important because, as I told you before, it's gonna help to keep the hair, the surface of the hair, a little bit more raw, which is what we need. Otherwise, the hair, if the hair is too smooth, it's not gonna hold. So we need to make the roots and the first couple of inches of length a little bit more raw with the crimper. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a very gentle pressure. We don't make it too hot, gentle pressure. So we are gonna create a little bit of roughness, which is absolutely important to have some hold, and also to have a little bit of more volume and texture. What I recommend is don't take the external part, like leave at least a couple of millimeters free. Okay, so if we're gonna do something like that, eventually you're not gonna see the crimper all over the hairline. So just don't do in the hairline. Once you will touch it, you will see already the smoothness is gonna away. The smoothness is away. So this is gonna be absolutely, it's gonna help you to keep volume, to keep texture, to hold the entire hairstyle. Very important. It's gonna make everything way easier for you. You don't need to put hairspray for now because you're not really working on the shape, you're really working on the roughness. So it's okay for now to don't put hairspray. It's not necessary. I'm gonna tell you a very interesting story that happened to me. It was exactly the 2019, December 2019, right before the pandemic. I was styling this bride at the Plaza Hotel here in New York City, and she was wearing a beautiful Oscar de la Renta dress. The only thing is that this Oscar de la Renta dress had a bow right here. This bow used to be like, it was supposed to be very voluminous, but it was not. So, but in the moment the bride got dressed, this bow was falling down, and I was like, something is wrong. And she was a little bit upset because, listen, sometimes it happens, nothing is perfect. Sometimes some imperfection can happen. So I told the mother of the bride, okay, do you have a thread and the needle? So she gave me the needle and the thread, and I saw this bow on the neck of the bride, in the back of the bride, right before she was leaving the hotel for the ceremony. That's what I mean when I talk about pragmatism. That's what I mean when I talk about a professional, a problem solving, is because, okay, you can say it's not your job, it's the dress, so you could have not even caring about that. True, absolutely. But for me, seeing a bride that it feels a little bit in panic or something is wrong and not going to help, it's something that it's absolutely, it doesn't belong to my ethic. You need to have some ethic when you work If something is wrong the day of the wedding, even if it's not about hair, you just do it. The mother of the bride was completely blown away by seeing that I was able to sew a dress. My great-grandmother, she was an amazing seamstress, so I've learned from her, so I definitely know how to sew. So you definitely wanna, for your wedding day, you definitely wanna hire someone that is a little bit eclectic, so he can help you in every situation. And I have to say that the most important thing about our job is experience. You really learn through the years because you get to see every kind of situation. More than once I have had brides that end up with a panic attack right before to get ready. So what you're gonna do when a bride has a panic attack? You are the only person around there that is maybe able to function a little bit, because everybody is so overwhelmed by the situation that nobody knows how to react. Well, so it happened that as well. So I was able to calm the bride down a little bit, I was able to ask the family to leave the room so that the bride was going to be a little bit alone and taking a little deep breath. The wedding day is a day that has a lot of expectation, a lot of pressure. Bride have been planning this day. I've been thinking about this day for their entire life, and they've been planning this day for years. And they've spent a lot of money, invested so many resources in that of course they wanted everything is to be perfect. So the pressure, the anxiety, the day of the wedding, it can become really, really, really overwhelming. That's why, as I said before, it's very important that you have a room to prepare the bride. Is to be very calm, with a good light, very quiet, and then maybe there is another room for all the cheerleaders, bridesmaids, to have their glass of prosecco and having fun. But it's very important that the bride needs to be in a very calm environment, because if something happens, if she flips out, it's gonna be a problem. Oops. Little trick: always make sure that you have more than one comb. If a comb falls in the floor, you're not gonna use anymore. I'm using this because I'm working on a mannequin. But if it happens to the client, you go to the bathroom, you go to clean it, you go to sanitize, and you start again. It's not the end of the world, but these little things can really make the difference. So you grab another comb and you keep working. Another suggestion that I can give to you is when you go for a wedding, dress dark. Don't wear colors. You're not a celebrity, you're a hairdresser. You're gonna dress like gray or black. It's about the bride, it's not about you. Your artsy, your craft, your talent will come out from your work. Take small sections so you don't have to do too strong. And then you don't have to go too deep. If you go too deep, then it becomes too visible. So just like very short section, very thin section, and so you can do like very gently. You can see is this roughness that you need to create. You see already how you see the texture on it. Clean. If you guys have any question, just do not hesitate to write in the comment. If you have any special
request or any special hairstyle that you wanted me to recreate step by step, I can do for you. I really want to do, I'm really committed on showing you step after step for real. You know, nowadays YouTube is made of, social media in general, you see all these hairstyles that I achieved like in 30 seconds, that, I mean, they require such a skill that once you have that skill, you don't need to watch videos anymore. You know, so like I really want to show you the real part of how to do hair. Yeah, it's not like the fabulous videos that in 30 seconds show you like everything, but that's not how our work really, that's not how hairdressers really work. You know, I have no problem to show you and to unveil all the secret. I think there is space for everybody in this world, so I don't think that if I show you all the secret, I'm gonna have less client. You know, like you see around people who they seem they give it to you, but they really don't. It's like, you know, it's like the chef that, it's just the chef that gives you the recipe, but doesn't give you the magic ingredient. So what's the point? I really want that after these videos, after you follow my YouTube channel, you're gonna be totally independent and totally able to recreate every single style. I'm not gonna do like the magic of showing you the hairstyle done. I mean, I really want that you learn how to do it. That's what makes the difference. That's my message. That's the reason why I created this channel. It's not to have subscribers, to have views, but it's to share my knowledge, my experience. So once I decide to share, I want to share for real. I want that you will become a really successful professional in this industry. So I am going to give you all the secret without any sort of reservation. Okay, I'm very, very honest and very upfront about that. This is what makes the difference. I don't want you to look at this channel thinking, oh, it's good. I really want you to look at this channel and thinking, I can do as well. I will do as well. So once I'm created this base, I've already created like a structure for all the hairstyle, the styles that I want to realize, to create. So what I'm gonna do? So let's start with the full hair done look. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the famous Hollywood waves that everybody's obsessed about. Just remember one thing. Sometimes I see some Hollywood waves, they look like too fake. Believe me, I've been in this industry for 25 years. I've done brides for 25 years. The first time I did a bride, I was 19. Her name is Viviana in Sicily. Let me tell you something. All these brides that are doing these very exaggerated Hollywood waves, in 10 years they will say, what the fuck did I do to my hair? Why did I do my hair this way? Just remember, the bride has to look like natural, has to look beautiful. It doesn't have to look like an exaggeration, an exasperation of everything. Remember always the proportion of the body, of the dress. Less is more. Sometimes I see brides that are, I understand that everybody has their vision and their dream, but we need to be a little bit more realistic. We really don't have to lose our goal. The goal for an hairdresser is not that once the bride gets
arrives in the church, once the bride walks the aisle, my goal doesn't have to be that you only see the hair with this huge waves, this huge hair, absolutely not proportionate to the rest of the silhouette. It is really tacky. It's really tacky. We need to create princesses. We don't have to create brats with big hair, a tiny body. It doesn't work this way. I'm sorry guys, I don't want to be too raw, but I am. I want to teach you something about style also, not just about technique. I think we're just becoming a little bit too much in everything in our industry. Sometimes I see hair. Some of them are done really well with a great technique, but God, absolutely not. It's not a magazine. It's not a hair competition. It's not a hair reunion. It's not like a hair model. It's a woman. And she's not there to represent our job, which is there to get married. So always try to remember, okay? A little bit of class, a little bit, just know when it's time to stop. I'm just seeing like some other hairstylists are going a little bit too far with the waves, with volumes. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Absolutely. I mean, if your bride is having a beautiful wedding in a vineyard in Tuscany or in the Lake of Como, why you need to like hair like this? She's not getting married in Vegas, in a casino. Please bring back some class. Sorry, I'm too Italian for this, I totally understand, but I just want to be honest. I absolutely don't want that someone one day will do something like that and they will say, oh yeah, I saw that at Giuseppe's YouTube channel. I learned from him. No, you learned from me for sure. So let's start to do like classy Hollywood waves, okay? Because just remember, it's a wedding. It's not the night of the Oscar. It's not like. So what are we gonna do is we're gonna take. And now it's time to introduce our beautiful friend Hairspray. One more thing, guys. Sometimes there are like some brides, some models or some clients who say, oh, I don't like hairspray. Well, me neither. It's not that I love to breathe hairspray. It's just that it's necessary, you know? Also, if can I give a suggestion? If you have never touched the curly iron, start with the curly iron. Start to practice the movement of the curly iron with the power off. Okay, so you learn how to do. So you learn the movement first, and then you turn the power on, and you start to work on the shape. Just work on the movement first. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put like transversal in this way, and we twist it, and twist it. Bring back also the ends, not too much, Just a little bit for the ends. Hold it. And that's it. Roll a little bit and then we put the ends. The end is to be like this, not too curly, okay? So we put like for a second and then we push it out right away. And this we're gonna do on this side. Now you see that there is this opening because of course since the waves they come this way, they have to meet at some point. So what I like to do is usually don't create a straight separation, but create some sort of zigzag. So for example, you see, if you open over here, then on top you open a little bit over here. So they will meet here, and they will meet a little bit here, and they will meet a little bit here. So you're not gonna have a real separation, okay? So now we're gonna do on the other side. Let it cool up a little bit. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep a piece like here in between. Okay, so we're gonna always work with this zigzag. Don't forget it. You leave like for 30 seconds. There, 25 seconds. If you are extension, maybe you want to do 30 seconds. You keep cooling a little bit, and you leave it down. So once you get to this level, you start to connect the sides as well, okay? So go to the first side, just make sure that the front is all gonna be backwards.
You always want to use a flexible hairspray for this first part, because you still have to comb. So you don't want to use anything that is like too strong and that is unmanageable afterwards. So once you get to the top part, we are going to do we're gonna leave this, we're gonna leave out the very part like this for now. And we're gonna work this side. Don't curl the ends, so just round a little bit, keep like 2 seconds, and then leave it out.
So what we're gonna do now is to start brushing and combing. And we tease a little bit on the back, just gently, so that we open up the hair like this. And we put some hairspray. We open. And we glue it. Thanks for watching. Hope you are loving this bridal hairstyling series. Join my journey. Whether you are a beginner or a pro, just join me. Stay connected, learn and enjoy. Every episode will have a different topic, so make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification so you're not gonna miss any of them. All these episodes are all free, so just subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, ciao.